Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open Remote. Inwood Artworks is all about supporting local uptown artists and or subjects related to Inwood. They were slated to have a huge film festival and workshops, and now, due to the stay-at-home order, the organization has redefined their FilmWorks programming with the New York City Quarantine Film Festival. Festival will allow people to get creative while also staying safe during this pandemic. Joining us to tell us more, we welcome Inwood Artworks founder and executive producer, Aaron Sims. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Rhina. Good to see you again.
Likewise. It's good to see people in general.
Exactly. We're not slapping hands full of sanitizer anymore. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's right. Oh my gosh, that's right. That was our last time together. I mean, we were over there making, jokes of it. I mean, not really jokes, making light of the situation.
Right.
Meanwhile, we were already ahead of the game.
We were definitely ahead of the game, and we're still here to tell the tale.
Yeah, exactly. So I love that you just went and converted into whatever remote presentation that also is relevant to our times, because I personally feel that anything that's created during this time period is going to be capsulized and valued on a whole nother level. So let's talk a little bit about what created this whole festival, the new festival.
Sure. So obviously we were one of the very first to cancel. Actually, I think we canceled our festival around May. Oh, I don't know. March, like 9th or 10th or 11th, around that time before we did our film festival. And I just kept on thinking to myself, and I kept walking around our community as our socially distant walks were allowed at the time to get some exercise, to see how I was walking up 242 and back and around the Bronx and Inwood and Washington Heights, thinking, like, how can I be useful right now? Like, what can I do to be useful? And obviously, when you're on the community business, so to speak, by doing live events to bring your community together and using art as a platform to create that community, you're very limited when you're not allowed, when you don't want to put people in harm's way. So I kind of took what we do best by bringing people together, but use a different platform. They actually using the virtual platform and saying, hey, this is free, and also opening up citywide too, because if we've learned anything from this pandemic, we're a global community, and also we're also definitely New York being the epicenter is one city. I mean, we are New York tough. We are all together and being one community. So I wanted to give all 5 boroughs a chance to participate, because we're all in this together, and we're all experiencing the same experiences. So people have, hopefully with time on their hands, they can find something positive and creative, and that's how I thought I could be useful by creating this idea of a New York City Quarantine Film Festival, so people could stay safe by obeying, the CDC guidelines, as well as give themselves something positive and creative, an outlet for them. Perhaps they're not even a professional filmmaker. Perhaps they're an aspiring student, or just have interests. Maybe it gave them something to do. But yeah, that's my hope, is that, throw a lifeline out there to people in our community to say, hey, this is something great. And I do believe what you said. It's like, we're going to look back on this as a time capsule, and yes. I think it'll be a nice, hopefully, a light in the darkness, so to speak, where people can kind of commune and show that they were creative and productive during a time that wasn't so great for a lot of people.
Right. It's beautiful too, because it will serve as an outlet of coming together in another form. Unfortunately, we are living in this virtual day and age, and I say unfortunately because we're being detached from each other physically, and so the only way we can really commune is through these methods. And so to artistically execute it, I think is another wonderful opportunity to just release. And so what are the criteria that need to be met in order to qualify for the film festival?
It's very wide and very, very inclusive. So our whole thing is that you have to be, obviously, films have to be shot while practicing the safety and social distancing guidelines in your quarantine area, whatever that means, the 5 boroughs. Films, we wanted to keep it short because we wanted to keep it inclusive, and that it could be kind of done quickly. You can edit on your phone or your apparatus, or you have your smart pad, whatever. So films should be no longer than 3 minutes in length. They can be a lot less. We wanted films to be shot on people's phones so people can actually take out the middleman. Not everybody has a Red camera lying around their house.
Right. And also,
so
you're inviting people to exercise this possible new choice in life, right? Because people are documenting anyway.
Exactly. So we said we wanted the women should be shot on their phone because we thought that'd be an idea of, again, practicing safety guidelines by using what's already on you. But if people listen, if people want to submit something they have, that they have that kind of arsenal at home, by all means, I guess that's fine. But we wanted, again, doing all I can to keep people safe. And then we wanted to have the films submitted in genres of comedy, drama, horror, and kids too. Like there's a category for kids under 12. So we'd love to have them submit by this, by the 29th here, for this Friday.
Right, exactly. The 29th of May. And so how many films are being selected, and what does that look like with regards to viewership as well? Because I know you're going to launch this on YouTube, and people get to participate as being active voters, and there's going to be judging going on, and there's actually going to be an award ceremony afterwards, right?
Yeah, I mean, as much as we can have any kind of ceremony, we'll definitely be posting all the people, and we're kind of like eschewing like this. It's hard to say. There's so many people coming, and the films are coming in clumps now, which is great. And I think we'll have a big push as the hours wind down. But we're going to give again. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be creative and positive. So we're going to highlight 5 films for the Best in Borough Awards. So for the most liked films submitted from Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. And these are all going to be on our YouTube channel. So we're posting everything on our YouTube channel after submissions close on the 1st of June through the 13th of June. So you can go on the YouTube channel. We're creating a playlist at Inwood Artworks on YouTube, where it's called the New York City Quarantine Film Festival playlist, where you can go on and you watch the films and you just like the films you like. And then we'll give out awards for that.
All right, that's awesome. And when I said an award ceremony, we're doing everything virtually anyway. Perhaps you have a Zoom party of some sort. However, I want to be clear about something though. When you said the 5 boroughs, you're saying there's going to be one winner of each borough, but altogether, how many films are there going to be presented?
Well, we're being incredibly inclusive. So if you follow the criteria, the guidelines, essentially your film's going to be selected. We're being very, very, very inclusive. So as long as it's not absolutely out of bounds, we're probably going to post your film. And we want people to, again, celebrate. We want to celebrate people's work.
Right.
And so we have, so we'll give out awards up to $250 each for the most liked films from the 5 boroughs, and also for a best comedy, dramatic, horror, and kids film as well. But to your point about a ceremony, we will be at some point, obviously, getting together again. It's inevitable. We are social people. We are. We'll figure this out, and we'll be together again. So the top 10 liked films by the general public, we're going to show them in the public when we get to do our free outdoor film series in the park, Filmworks Al Fresco, next summer. So we're going to aim to show those in the public for people next year, and I think that'll be interesting to look back to this year when we show them.
That's right, because this year's a do-over.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
But they'll get that proper screening. So I think the ceremony, it could be an ongoing party. We can have it virtually right away, and then come back together a year later and celebrate in person with people. It'd be nice.
Well, I love the incentives that you're offering, and thank you for bringing it here with us and sharing it with our viewers. And I say that because you're saying, okay, we're going to screen everything through YouTube, but yet whomever wins is also going to have a full blown out screening next year, providing that we can all come together socially in whatever circumstances the new norm are going to present. Right. That's where I'm going to leave it, because I remain hopeful.
Hey, me too.
All right. Thank you once again, Aaron from the Inwood Artworks. He's executive producer, Aaron Sims. So you guys, I just want to share with you guys that today is the last day to submit your film into the New York City Quarantine Film Festival. And you can do so by going to filmfreeway.com, New York City Quarantine Film Festival. The actual New York City Quarantine Film Festival is going to take place June 1st through the 13th. To vote for your favorite film, you can go to YouTube, Inwood Artworks. All right, don't go anywhere. Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.